Brownsville, as is with
A for Achana.
S for Sonia. We are at the West Tennessee Regional Arts Center in Humboldt, Tennessee, and we're getting ready to talk to the director here, Bill Hickerson.
That's right. That's right. Bill is a good friend of ours.
Yes.
He is.
Yes.
He is. Yes. Okay. Come on.
Well, Bill, I am so happy to be sitting here in the middle of all this wonderful art at the West Tennessee Regional Arts Center. Thank you for allowing us to come over here today.
Allowing you? I thought I begged you to come. Because you and Achana, as you know, are my two favorite Brownsvillians.
Yeah. If we did not know, we certainly know now.
We know now, and we've got it on record.
And they heard it.
They heard it. Y'all heard it here?
They heard it.
No, seriously though, it's a wonderful exhibit that you have here and a wonderful center here in Humboldt that's, I think, the only art museum between.
As far as I know, it's the only art museum with permanent fine art collections between Memphis and Nashville.
Okay.
Bill, tell us a little bit about the building.
Oh, well, the building was erected in 1912 as Humboldt's City Hall, built in the neoclassical style. And the space that we're in now was formerly the courtroom for decades. And part of the jail is still in the basement. But it's preserved pretty much as it always looked, except I'm told they had to paint over some very interesting graffiti when the building was renovated to become a museum.
Stories for downstairs.
I'm sure, and there is, this is in connection with the Humboldt History Museum, which is also in this building on the first floor, as well as the Humboldt Chamber of Commerce. But the local police department has set up a collection of police memorabilia that is appropriately displayed in one of the cells downstairs. So if you get a chance to visit when the History Museum is open, or I might be able to get a key for you, if you'd like to have a mugshot taken.
The first and only one, hopefully.
Hopefully.
The first and only one.
Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit more about the Arts Center.
Well, primarily, this is an art museum because of the generosity of the man in the portrait behind us, Dr. Benjamin Caldwell, who grew up just down the street. And he and his wife have been avid art collectors over the decades. And when he heard about the renovation project in this beautiful old building was being saved from demolition, he generously offered to gift the city of Humboldt with several hundred works of art from their collection. So it's grown from there.
Kind of share with us the value of the Arts Center for those in your community.
Well, we like to think we're of value to the entire community. That's certainly what we strive for. And that's a big reason of why Dr. Caldwell was our primary benefactor, because he said when he was a child that his family would go to Memphis or Nashville, but it was for a doctor's appointment or to go shopping, but he said they didn't go to art museums. But he said, how wonderful would it be if there could be a permanent fine art collection right here in the middle of rural West Tennessee to make it easily accessible for school groups. And we do have everybody from preschoolers to adults with developmental disabilities. A lot of the college professors send their students over to do experience reports. And a lot of them express surprise that this is here and the appreciation that they don't have to drive to a larger city for a few hours away. So, and many of them come back and bring their families, which is nice. And sometimes their children later.
Tell us about the exhibit that's here right now.
Okay. This exhibit is the Tennessee Watercolor Society's 37th biennial exhibition, which just means every 2 years. And although in the beginning, I believe they did an annual exhibition. So the group is going to celebrate its 50th anniversary as an organization next year. So they're considered this exhibition the kickoff for that 50th anniversary celebration. So we were honored that the West Tennessee Regional Arts Center was selected as the place for the full exhibition to open. We have hosted the traveling show before, but this is the first time we've had the entire exhibition here.
And you have other exhibitions throughout the year, annual events. Tell us a little bit about those.
Sure. For, I believe, the last 12 or so years, we've partnered with the Tennessee Art Education Association to present the West Tennessee Regional Middle and High School Art Exhibition, which is also a competition and with cash awards, scholarship opportunities available, and that's been an exciting program for us.
What a special place for a special community.
Thank you, thank you. Thank
Such a special place.
you. And of course, one of the things that's special about Humboldt, I think what it's known for throughout West Tennessee and beyond is the West Tennessee Strawberry Festival.
Right.
So we're very pleased several years ago when the festival decided that our invitational exhibition that we host every year in the upstairs gallery in the center, featuring 5 West Tennessee artists, it became an official event of the festival. So that's been a lot of fun. And we also try to make it educational. We have a juror to come in who speaks about each artist's body of work, and then we'll select just one piece for the grand awards. So, but anyway, we have been very pleased with the reception to that.
You know, Bill, with the pandemic, those of us that are into cultural arts or trying to cultivate the arts within our own communities, tell me what challenges you have experienced. It's been a challenge for me as well as one for Sonia. So maybe you can share your story with
Of course,
us.
it's just, as you say, it's just one of so many, but I know, I think I told Sonia, I was holding my breath to see that, hoping this would be an actual exhibition in the space,
Right.
because we just think, well, we had a lot of the artists coming from particularly West and Middle Tennessee to see the show, but it's just wonderful, I think, to see one's work on the walls in a
Yes.
museum. It's just, looking at it in a catalog is nice, and even an online slideshow is great, but it's just not the same as seeing the pieces in the space. We, of course, are, following the appropriate guidelines, and we are requiring face coverings and temperature checks, so on, and asking people to make appointments so we have some idea of how many people will be in the space at one time.
We talk about the tremendous musical talent in West Tennessee, but there's just as much visual art talent
You're exactly right, Sonia.
in this area.
You're exactly right.
And this is a great place to showcase it
It
and,
is.
and
It
present it
is.
to the world. And you do. You see people from all over the world.
Sort of, as you do.
Mm-hmm.
And people do just sometimes see the sign on the interstate and just hop off. We've had people from Alaska who are just driving past, and people are looking for kind of off the beaten path, I think, authentic experiences. So we like to think, like so many places in Brownsville, we like to think we're among those,
Well,
those
and as-
experiences.
Yeah, and as people are doing more staycations and looking for things to do right now, this is a perfect opportunity. Tell us how much a tour costs.
People, in order to tour, would have to come up with no money.
He said no money.
No money.
We graciously and gratefully appreciate donations. We have several boxes around, but we don't ask for that or require it by any means. Certainly we don't want any children not to be able to visit because they don't have a few dollars in their pocket.
Tell us how we can find you.
Well, you can find us at 1200 East Main Street in Humboldt, Tennessee, and you can Google us, of course, but the website is www.wtrac.tn.org, and we, of course, have a Facebook page
Yes.
as well.
I didn't even like the sound of that.
Well, Shauna, this has been a lot of fun. You look scared.
It was fun earlier. I'm not so sure about the fun now. I think we should just wrap it up and say
get
goodbye.
out and get out while the getting's good.
That's right, because we're here in Humboldt.
Yes, at the West Tennessee Regional Art Center and the jail exhibit,
Right.
and
You see what behind, yeah.